What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with a new video, talking today about a new transfer link that is very ambitious, and I'll give my full thoughts in just a moment, and also use this as your Preston preview. I don't think I'm going to have time to do it on Friday, and of course, if Daniel Farker comes out with anything in the press conference that's worthy of note, I will be live straight after the Preston game, and we can discuss it then. But yeah, use this as your Preston preview. So do put your Preston score predictions in the comments below. And of course, like the video, subscribe, of course, as well, if you haven't done that too. Thank you to Karen Curtin for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated, Karen, for the constant support. And yeah, listen, we're going to talk about this one. We've been talking about there's been no links, where's the signings and everything else like that. Well, a name that I hadn't even thought of has been brought up today by Phil Hay. And let's just get straight into it. Phil Hay, in his article with The Athletic, was talking today about the fullbacks being a need for Leeds United and an area that we want to strengthen, which is, stating the obvious. But yes, it's true. But he mentioned here Leeds have been linked with Luton Town's Ryan Giles, which I have heard of previously, and Borna Barasic of Rangers. Not keen on that one, I must say. I mean, even some Rangers fans that I was speaking to said the guy's pretty much finished. And if he's finished in the SPL, I don't want any of him in the Championship. So hopefully that's just a link that will just like go away in the background, much like all the other links this month. But this is the one that caught my eye. And listen, I don't know. I never thought of it just purely because of the player who he is. He's still pretty much a decent part of the Spurs team. He's not a first teamer, regular first teamer. But whenever there's an injury, centre back, left back, he gets brought in. And the name is Ben Davies. And Phil Hayes says here, they also have a speculative eye on Ben Davies if changes to the squad at Tottenham Hotspur before deadline day make him a potential loan target. I mean, if we was able to pull this one off, this goes into my Aaron Creswell one, where it's an experienced head at the back, probably not Premier League level week in, week out anymore, but still at a Championship level would be more than decent. In fact, it'd be more than decent. He'd be excellent. Now, he is Welsh. I don't know if that's coming into the thinking. It just seems like we've been linked with every single Welsh player, whether it's Kiefer Moore, Chris Mepham. We're just linked with all the Welsh guys. But Ben Davies, I mean, if he was... The thing that gives me pause as well, it's just a link I can't get my head around, because I still think there could possibly be a Premier League team that would want to take Ben Davies on loan before he even considers dropping down into the Championship. Now, we do have an advantage where we have Joe Rodon here, we have Ethan Ampadu here, Dan James. There is a Welsh contingency here, and he's known to be close to a couple of our guys in the squad, so maybe that could be a pull-in bit. But you also have to look at it from Spurs' point of view as well. We have just had a loan from them, and it did not work out. We ended up sending the said player back in Jed Spence. Will Tottenham send us another loan player? Will that even happen? And we also have to look at it in another way as well for Tottenham, and look at their incomings, because as we speak, as I record this now, I should say, Sergio Reguilon, who was also had his loan terminated at Man United, has returned to Spurs, but is now going on loan to Brentford, who's a left back. So that kind of leaves them light on that side. They don't really trust Ryan Sessegnon as much. His career isn't going the way that you thought it was going to. I think if anyone remembers Ryan Sessegnon when he was at Fulham in the Championship, he looked like he was going to be the next big prospect, but it just hasn't worked out for him at Spurs. But that would leave him, if Ben Davies comes to us, that leaves them with just Ryan Sessegnon as backup. And I don't know if they're going to do that. So if this was to happen, I guess we've got to look at Tottenham Hotspur's transfers now from here to the end of January or till the 1st of February, and see if they do bring in left back cover. But if they do, and we're able to get Ben Davies, that's a 10 out of 10 signing at this level, especially if it's just on loan. That would be an amazing signing. There's just so many things in the way that makes me think, can you pull this off in the next couple of weeks? It seems like it would be a complicated deal. He's going to be on a lot of money. How much money will Tottenham want towards his wages? That's going to be another factor. It's an ambitious one. It is ambitious. I mean, Phil Hayes says speculative. I mean, Ben Davies just never crossed my mind. But look, I would absolutely love him. But I think I've recently seen him play or start in a Premier League game, which gives me more pause for thought. Now, I know some people are going to come back and say, well, Jadon Anthony played 4 games for Bournemouth at the start of the season. I hear it. But I just feel like Ben Davies, he just seems to be that guy where if there's any issue with Van der Ven or even Romero, they will just slot him in at centre back. He's probably their first choice backup. So it would take, I think it would take a lot. I would expect Tottenham will want a low fee as well. Like much like they did with Gent Spence. Are we going to do that again? Will the 49er Enterprises, you know, facilitate that one more time? And also Ben Davies, if he comes in, it's going to be something against the grain of what Daniel Farke's done so far. He's going to have to change the starting 11, not through injury, not through loss of form. He's going to have to change it because Ben Davies is not dropping into the championship to sit on the bench. It's not going to happen. So he would be coming in as our first choice. And then maybe that moves Sam Byram to right back. And then we can move Archie Gray into midfield, where I think everybody wants to see Archie Gray flourish. But yeah, I mean, if you can add Ben Davies, all the silence in the window, you make up for it with a signing like this 100% for me. That would be on the basis of not just getting any and anyone early. It's taking your time, making sure you get the right target, and absolutely nailing it. And this would be that. But I guess this is one that we'll just have to keep an eye on as the days go on. I would love this to come to fruition. So yeah, give me your thoughts on Ben Davies below. Do you think it's realistic? Do you even think it's a good idea? I'd be very interested to see the people that don't think it's a good idea. I know a lot of the suggestions been made have been poo-pooed on, shall we say. I don't know. I think Ben Davies would probably get more universal praise than not. Let me know in the comments. Now, straight to the Preston preview. I really don't have a lot to say about this one, purely because this is a game that we just have to win. We just have to win to keep up with the teams above us. The teams above us as well, you know, Ipswich and Southampton that have strengthened this month already. But we have to keep up the wins. You know, every time we win, we think that we're going to claw something back. And then Southampton are just maintaining that crazy run. Is it 19 games unbeaten? It's an insane run of form, what they're on. Ipswich Town as well. You think that they could be dragged back in and they just get a result out of nowhere. So we need to do our part. And look, we're up against Preston again. We recently played them. They had the game of their lives against us. Let's not allow them to do it again. They're down in 12th, lost 3 of the last 5 people. This should be a standard home win at the fortress that is Ellen Road. No questions asked. Get the win. I don't want to see no Alan Brown voodoo magic this game. I don't even want to see this guy. I want them to lock him up so he can't get his customary goal against Leeds. Forget about Alan Brown and just get the job done. You know, and I don't even care if it's 1-0 at this point. I don't care what the score is in this game. Just get the 3 points. We need to keep in touch with these teams above, not only for the chance of still staying in touch for that second place, but also for the fact of prospective signings. You know, if we're losing games and we're slipping down and becoming a bubble playoff team, Ben Davies, hey, forget about it. He ain't coming here. You have to be in touch. You have to be a competitive part of the pack. And that is important in this month for us. So it's on both promotion and recruitment. So hopefully we get the job done. I'm going to say it's going to be a standard. I don't expect much change in the team. I don't know if Strauch is going to be back again. We'll find out with Daniel Farke's press conference. But if he's back and fit, I'd put him straight back in, move Ampadu into midfield. But then what do you do with Gruev? You know, what do you do? But we do have a game against Norwich to consider as well. So there will be need for rotation, you'd think, in the space of, you know, a few days. So we will see, won't we? But regardless of the team we put out, if we put out the same team as we did last week, I think we win this game. So I'm going to go with 2-0, people. 2-0. Yeah, another clean sheet. Add another one onto the list. Give me your score predictions below and give me your thoughts on the Preston game below also. And that will be it for this one, people. Like I say, if I was around a bit on Friday, I probably would have done this on that day. But I think it's going to be a little busy. But yeah, keep your eyes on the channel. Keep your notification bell on so you know when I'm going to drop a video or go live. And yeah, just keep your eyes peeled, people. So like the video again before you go, drop your comments and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.